Greetings, citizens! Last time we upgraded our gear with the help of our loyal and trustworthy plebeian friends. Today is incredibly exciting. We're going to be multiplying our power output tenfold by creating a steam power station and infinite lava source. Let's get started. Well, hello there, citizens. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world while you're watching this. Welcome. We have a lot of things planned for this video, and in fact, I'm particularly... Oh, that's not good. Got some leaves stuck up there. I'm already getting distracted. Yeah, I'm particularly interested in this video. I think it's going to be very useful for future videos, what we're going to be building today. But also, I think it has some unique challenges that will be fun to solve. And just to kind of go over the game plan and also look at how many of these iron golems get themselves stuck. They're stuck down here. They're stuck down here over on the other side by the plebs. They're all over the place. We are just lousy with iron golems. We'll do something about that at some point. But anyway, I digress. Today is all about power. No, not the power of the dark side, citizen. It's not worth it, believe me. I'm talking about power like this, the windmill that we have out front powering our workshop inside. All the windmills we have on the back of our factory, as well as, I believe, hidden water wheels underground that you can't even see from here. That kind of power. I would like to, maybe not once and for all, but at least for quite a while, solve our power needs and increase our capacity by at least tenfold. I would say it's probably even going to be more than that. But how will we do it? You may remember a while back, in fact, I think it was episode 2 when we did this, we went to the Nether to fill our blaze burners that I believe we still have over here. Yeah, we've got 4 blaze burners that we never ever use. We just have this one here that was used for our mixer. Now at the time, I was thinking we could use these 4 for steam power, but actually, I think I actually meant 9. I think we want 9 at least. We could even double up and go further than that, but that's kind of step 2. Eventually, we'll be using blaze burners. I want to set up steam power. We're just going to have a whole lot more capacity, like I mentioned. However, in order to power, oh man, that's kind of, whoop, you gonna be good? Nope. Oh, there it goes. You see that windmill? We're gonna turn this way for now. Yeah, there are 2 ways we can go about this when we're essentially powering those blaze burners. There's more than 2, but there's 2 initial ways I'm thinking of. Number 1, we can power it with coal or charcoal like I had been doing with the mixer burner. And to be fair, that could be done quite easily. We could set up another tree farm, maybe something a little bit larger that's like this, that we would take the logs, put it through a burner, that would turn it into charcoal, and there you go. We've kind of automated charcoal production from that, and we could just use that to place it into the blaze burners. I'd like to future-proof these just a little bit more than that. And that's why I'm thinking we should go with lava. Now, we are automating lava. We have this upstairs in the house. There's a, what you could call a, medium lava farm. Right now, we're actually backed up, I think. We've got 2 full lava containers, one here, one underground, and this runs pretty well. The problem is, I think we'll be using a lot more of the lava because the idea is to have constant power. It will constantly be consuming the lava, where this is only consuming it when we need to make andesite. So a bit of a difference there. But there is another option. We don't have to do it that way. Why is there a dirt? There's an Enderman in here? Give me a break. Unbelievable. Now, in order to illustrate what I'm thinking we're going to be doing this episode, I want to head over to one of the lava pools that I happen to know is over here. Because like I said, I'd very much like to not solve the energy once and for all, but have what we can call an infinite supply of fuel. But there's a problem with that. Here we are. Let's set up something here and I can show you what I mean. So many of you will be familiar with this, but just in case you aren't, with water, it's very easy to create an infinite source. You could either do 3 in a row or a 2x2 grid. Then it doesn't matter how many you take from the center, it will always fill itself back in. It's an infinite supply. Now, if we were to try the same thing with lava, if we put one over here, take our other bucket, one over here, it does not create a source block in the middle. That is not considered infinite. In fact, we could do just about as many as we want in this small area. It's never going to create more lava. It will always be the same amount of source as we have put down or as existed there in the beginning. And that's a problem if we want infinite lava. Now, as we saw back at the house, we could use a lava farm with dripstone and create it with the either basins or cauldrons or things like that. But it takes quite a long time. In fact, quick math, I think if I wanted to try that route of the lava farm, it would take about 30 hours of AFK before we could get an infinite source. And I'm not really willing to wait all that time. And you may have guessed, that's going to be our first goal. I'd like to make an infinite source of lava, which if I'm understanding this correctly, can be done in Create. All you need, yes, all you need, like it's going to be easy, is a pool of lava that is at least 10,000 source blocks. So that's why it would take quite a while. So we'll come to how we're going to actually acquire all that lava eventually, but first we need to pick a spot about where we're going to do this. That's a lot of blocks. 10,000 blocks. We need a big space where we're going to be able to store all of that lava. And I kind of had two ideas. One was use what we have, and that's this. We have an enormous ravine right here. It is kind of awkwardly shaped, so I'd have to guess about how much of this we'd have to fill with lava to make it infinite. I don't really want to guess. Or we could just pick a spot, dig underground. We could use our mining drill. We could be more precise and know that we have the right amount of space. And I am kind of leaning in that direction. I just don't know where I want to put it. Part of me thinks the smart thing to do would be to build a power station between the house and the factory over in this area, because then we can connect the power up to what we already have. There's also plenty of space over here, so if we go that route, we could dig an enormous hole around here and then be good to go with our lava. So that actually might not be a bad idea. Let's go take a look over there. Yeah, I mean, pretty boring area so far, but we could make it interesting. Might be difficult to see anything from over there, and I'd want to see it, so it could even be attached to the house. We could have a little hallway and then maybe like a really tall building here so you could see it from over in this area. Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to see it kind of in between there. That might work. I mean, we could always build it down here where we've already got space, because I never did fill this area with anything. And there's a big spot right here that's already open. We wouldn't have to do as much digging. What to do? What to do? I think I prefer the idea of a power station between these two houses, the house and the factory. I think I prefer it over here. Because then we could, I mean, I'm going to keep that windmill. I think that one makes sense. We could, though, probably just get rid of all of the mishmash of windmills we have over here, as well as the water wheels beneath, and just hook up the factory to the power station. Yeah, let me do some marking out and just kind of figure out the area we might need, and then we'll probably go with this area, but I'll check in with you in a minute. All right, there we go. Just a little bit later, and we've got a hole marked out here that is basically the corners are these cobblestone bits here, 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 and here. I made it 22 by 22 blocks. That is because I did the math, I hope. I used a calculator, not in my head, obviously, but I think that goes without saying. And if we want 10,000 blocks, or the space for 10,000 blocks of lava, we need a 20 by 20 hole that is 25 deep. So 20 times 20 times 25 should be 10,000 or thereabouts. And then the extra block on each side is just in case we want to do anything that makes it look a little bit nicer than this, because, I mean, the edges aren't going to look great. We're probably going to want to fill those in with something nicer. Now, as you can see, this is not 25 deep. I used Scooby-Doo to clear it out a little bit, but I think Scooby-Doo is sated for the time being, which means we want to dig the rest of the hole using Create. And using the old calculator again, if we want to do this kind of semi-easy, we should probably have at least like an 11 by 11 spots. We just do it 4 times. And that's 121 drills. It's still a lot, because I'm thinking we just go, you know, one corner, go down 25 or maybe even 30, just so we got a little bit of leeway. And then we do it on the other ones, because I mean, I don't really feel like making 400 drills to do all of it once. It's not necessary. Plus 121 is still a lot. And we are going to have to make them all brand new, which means we actually need stuff from over here, because I want something that will go downward, and our current mining drill goes horizontally. Luckily, this has been chugging along the whole time. We are filled with andesite, which is good to see, but unfortunately we're going to be basically clearing all this out and using a bunch more of the andesite. No matter. Patui, no thank you. Just to refresh my memory. Mechanical drills, it's 3 andesite, 1 iron. And we'll need about 2 stacks of these. So 6 stacks of andesite alloy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 stacks of iron, which should be right here. Oh man, I love this factory so much. How did I just get new? Oh yeah, I forgot I installed a new mod. Shh, though we're not talking about it yet. Shh, don't worry about it, because I don't know if I'm using it. So just know there's a new mod. We might use it, we might not. But yes, I love this factory. That would have taken ages. Instead, I just pulled it all out of chests. Now we can make the components we need so easy. So if we go now to move items, look at that. Full stack of mechanical drills. And we do that once more. Full stack of mechanical drills, so easy. Oh, I love it. Now next thing, not hose pulley. Where did rope pulley. We want our rope pulley. And then I'm wondering if we can just tie into the power the house has. I don't really want to set up new power. Yeah, let's see what we can do. This is going to sound silly, but there's something incredibly exciting about just digging a massive hole. And I don't know what it is. I just think this is one of the best things. You know, you watch other people and they're building grand structures and beautiful castles and all this great stuff. And I'm just like, ooh, yeah, we're going to dig a hole. It's going to be fantastic, citizen. Don't know why. I love it. Okay, so 1, 2, we're going to count it out. That's 11 in this direction and 11 in that direction. Let's see how much we might be able to do a little bit more once all this is filled in. This is a lot of drills. Imagine how long this would take if we weren't doing it this way. I'm also glad we don't have to power all these because it's just, I think it just inherits the power somehow from the rope pulley, which is nice. No, it's not worth doing, just 7 more. So what we want to do, we don't really need to collect the stuff that we're going to be grabbing. But we may as well, why not? Okay, then if we do that, hopefully it's facing down. I think it is. Now we just need to connect it to power. Oh, and actually before we do that, I don't know if we need to glue it. Well, yeah, I guess we do need to glue it together. In fact, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking we wouldn't have to. That wouldn't make any sense. We are going to have to glue all this together. Get the chests added on. That should be fine. And I don't know if we're going to go the whole minecart contraption route with this. We might. This thing might come in handy in the future, so I might grab it. But for now, let's just get this all connected up. Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to do. Let's actually just dig down about 30 blocks, just so we know where we're trying to stop. That is 30 right there. Oh, geez. And I dug it too wide for safety, but also so we could get back up by towering. There we go. And then still have that hole, so we know how far we're trying to dig down. Okay, let's steal some power from the house, hopefully. We're not going to overstress anything. Mind if I just squeeze in here real quick? Oh, look at that. We're like right here. Nice. So if we just kind of nab one of you, bring this out here. We're going to need a couple vertical gearboxes, which I just so happen to have. Now, when this starts up, it should just start digging unless we need to reverse the rotation, but that will be easy. Just, we don't want to overstress it. Okay, it doesn't appear to be, but it's also going the wrong direction, it looks like. So we can just take one of you out, put a gearbox there. There we go. And is it working? It is working. Nice. Let's take a look. I could probably even count. It's going that slow where it would be easy enough to do, but we'll just watch. Yeah, imagine just looking at this. This is 1/4 of the hole. Imagine how long this would take me manually. It would be insane. Ooh, are we hitting? We're hitting a cavern down there. Okay. Also, it is a bit difficult to tell when it hits the bottom of my little tower here, but I think I used dirt at the bottom. So maybe when we start to see dirt, that'll be our indicator. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to hit it there. So I think that's about where we want to be. Yeah, those look about right. It's kind of, like I said, kind of hard to tell, but we should be pretty close. So let's grab you, put this back on. That should pull it back up for us. Now we have to start being careful because we don't want to fall down that. Ooh, I didn't think about that. How are we getting down there? Great thing to remember right now, huh? Either way, we're going to take the power off of this. Have a look in here. Got some neat stuff. More copper, nice, coal. I think a lot of this we're just gonna get rid of. Oh yeah, I forgot. That was another mod I got that I have been looking for the longest time. Usually, I would have to, you know, Shift Q or what was it? No, Control Q to do that. Now, I can hold down Control Q and just drag my mouse and it does all of them at once, which I've been, like I said, I've been looking the longest time for that. And it's just this one right here, mouse tweaks. That's what allows me to do that. It just looks so easier to get things out of the inventory and chest and all that. So in case you're curious, that's the mod, mouse tweaks. Useful stuff. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to move this thing. Yeah, how are we going to do this? I would have to do something like that. And actually, it probably makes sense to do this somewhere I would remember, like right at the end. Put you there. I'm a bit unsure about how this is going to work, but if we glue you now together, realize that I forgot a minecart, and I'm going to have to go get that. There we go, one minecart. Put you there. It's not like it's going anywhere, but we may as well... Come on, block rotation. There we go. I think that's it. So can we just do that and pick it up? Oh wow, look at that, we did it. I didn't think we'd get that right on the first try. Also, the hose pulley wasn't attached, so we'll need to go out and grab that. Ooh, this is precarious. I didn't look down there. We got a little Little dripstone cave. All right, nice. I need you. Now, can we place this down without incident? Because it should be as easy as just mirroring everything, right? Let's see, when we were here, it was on my right. So if I put it here, it's going to do this corner. Am I correct about that? Ooh, I don't know why that scared me so much. But yeah, I was right. Ooh, that's weird. I don't think you're supposed to be there, friend. But whatever, I guess. We'll just connect it back up. Kind of annoying thing. I think we're gonna have to take this apart every time like that. Oh well. Well, we kind of figured it out. You get the picture. I'm just gonna go around doing this kind of thing. Realize when I'm looking over there that I did do it wrong. We have it one too far. Okay, so basically, yeah, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna hopefully figure out how to do that a little bit easier. But lucky you, citizen, you're gonna get it all in a time lapse, so you don't have to watch all of my insane mistakes. Should be a lot of fun though. Enjoy. While we're digging this hole, we can reflect on the fact that the Colosseum was built by digging a massive pit into the ground and then surrounding it with walls and arches. I didn't think about it at the time, but it's pretty similar to what we'll be doing here. Though as far as I'm aware, the Romans didn't fill the Colosseum with lava like we'll be doing here. Though they did do that with Pompeii. Oh, sorry, too soon? Yeah, sorry about that. Let's move on. Well, I must say, it took a bit of time, but that is an impressive hole. I tried to be as even as possible. As you can see, I missed on this one, but that'll be easy enough to clean up when we get down there. And we're not done. Like I said, I want this to be... We're not going to see a lot of this because the idea is it's going to be covered with lava. But something in me, I just can't leave the walls like this. We have to cover it up. So I think what I'm going to do is go through our chests and find some material that I have in plenty. I'm thinking deep slate and cobblestone. Then we'll just make sure everything's smelted up that we need. We'll turn it into something pretty. And then we'll come back and start covering all of these walls and also the floor down there. I want to make sure it's all even, and we'll probably chip away at that a little bit. And then once we have that all covered, we're going to be ready to start filling this thing with lava. Ooh, it's going to be exciting. Imagine all the power we're going to have. Unlimited power. Look at me, citizen. I gathered some stuff. Let's head to the old hole. And then we are going to need to dig our way down here because I don't have a stairway or really any way of getting down there. But we'll need to do some cleanup. We're going to have to get rid of that. We'll want to flatten out the floor. Then I just want to count it out and make sure we've got the space that's required. But first things first, we need to get down there, which is easy with the new tools. Man, that was so worth it. Jupiter's Delabra is behaving admirably, but so is Scooby-Doo. Okay. Little bit of cleanup to do. This is giving me a taste of what it would have been like if we didn't use the magnificent machine to get all of this cleared out. And to be honest with you, it doesn't taste great. Okay, by the way, while that's cleared out, I'm curious now. Doesn't look super interesting down there. That's stuff we can get pretty much everywhere, so why don't we just cover that back up? It's like it never happened, citizen. There we go. Now, how are we going to do this? I have mostly deep slate bricks, some of the stone bricks, so I'm thinking accent of stone, and we got to remember the entire outer edge here, that's going to be covered, so that's why this is 22 by 22. And I'm thinking we might want to do something like this, where we have the entire perimeter on both the sides and the ground in stone bricks, so that we should be able to fill in with the deep slate then. I think that'll end up looking nice, hopefully. But actually first, let's just count it out. Let's make sure I did this correctly. That's 20 right there, which looks correct because then we would go there. There's another 20, looking good. Good, so that is 20 by 20, that's what we want. Now let's just confirm that it will be at least 25 blocks deep, which would be starting from here. And that is to right here, this is 25, so we actually have a decent amount of buffer right there, which is good. Let's also mark this off just so we know where the 25 is. There we go, so that's the space we're looking at for the amount of lava we'll need, which is, yeah, it's quite a lot. But don't worry, we'll get there, citizen. Now, I hate to go back-to-back cinematic for the beginning of the video, but once again, I'm thinking this is going to be something that makes a lot more sense to show as a cinematic than live, because it's going to take me quite a while. You don't necessarily need to see all of that. And who are we kidding? We love cinematics anyway. I think it's going to look great. So let's continue filling all of this in, including the floor, all of these walls, at least up to there, but we might even go a little bit further if we need to. And that'll take me, I don't know, about an hour maybe. But for you, be less than a minute, and hopefully we're getting some good conversation in with future Legion. So you enjoy that, citizen, and I will talk to you soon. I mentioned before this is similar to what was done under the Colosseum, but I mean that very loosely. What was actually going on under the Colosseum was a system of underground chambers, or hypogeum, that were used as animal pens, gladiator quarters, and mechanical devices, such as machinery used to raise and lower arena floors. See, I'm pretty sure the Romans had Create Mod too. Oh boy, wow, that took a while. But I think the results speak for themselves. Hold on, I gotta go to sleep, then we can talk about it. There we go. Now, I did end up going a little bit further than I needed to. What I tried to do was make each one of these layers of stone brick represent increments of 5. So the first one here is 5, then we go 10, 15, 20, 25. So right there, the 25 mark, we need to fill it with lava up to that in order to make it an infinite supply. We have a bit of extra space here. It was mainly just because I had the space and I thought it would look a bit weird if I didn't do that. But I'm also setting it up in such a way, I'd like the power station to have a basement just for some extra space. We could do some extra stuff if we need to. We're probably going to end up capping this off right here so that we can just have one little hose pulley going into the lava. That's going to be, it will be pumping out of the infinite supply. That's going to go into the basement. We'll probably have some lava containers in here or something. And then up at this level here, that's where we're going to build the power station. That's going to go up pretty high and have things kind of jutting out of the sides. That's going to lead into the factory and the house and wherever else we might need power. All that being said, this is great. This is all set. We're happy with this. We just need to make an infinite supply of lava. So I'm going to go collect some bits and bobs and things that I think I'm going to need for that. And then we can talk about the plan on how we're actually going to get 10,000 blocks of lava in here. So give me a few minutes and then I'll let you know. Fortunately, in our zany adventures so far, we have picked up a lot of raw copper. And I'm actually going to spend some time smelting a lot of this up, and I'll tell you why once we get there. And actually, as these come off of the smelter, I'm just going to put them right here so we can smoosh them down into the sheets. And you've probably guessed why, but since we're going to be moving a lot of lava, we're going to need a ton of these fluid tanks. So I made a ton of barrels. We need a lot of these copper sheets, and we're just going to make as many as we can, really. Ooh boy, I'm doing the math, and I think I'm actually going to need a lot more than this. I'll be good on copper, but I need more barrels. Because I think for a full, like the largest tank you can do, again, if my math is correct, that's 288 of those fluid tanks. So like double this amount that I have. Okay. I'm gonna be at this for a minute, but that's all right. I've got all the stuff. This is actually pretty cool, just being able to use everything that I've got here. And every time it finishes, we just go bloop, swap it back out, and we're good to go. Easy stuff. All right, we're making progress. We may as well see what we can do here, because we can do a full stack there, and then I should be able to do it one more time. There we go. Last of what I've got, plus a little bit that I had on hand. And I pretty much need 4.5 stacks of these. At least I think I do. So we've got a ways to go yet. That's all right. Let's keep at it. I think this might be all we need. Yep, a little over 4.5 stacks. Okay, so that should give us a max size fluid tank, which, you know, why mess around basically? Which I believe means we should be ready. Yeah, we've got our glue, or wait, almost. We want our hose pulley, a cart assembler, because I'm hoping we're going to be able to move it that way. And crank. I think this is all we're going to need? Question mark? Well, there's only one way to find out. Ooh, wait, I remembered. Minecart. We need a minecart. I remembered this time. Haha. Okay, now there's only one way to find out. It probably makes sense to assemble this thing out here where there's more room. And then assuming it looks good, we can take it into the nether. Because I think that's the most obvious place to get enough lava to fill this up. So what we should be able to do is go 1, 2, 3 in that direction, and then another 3 in this direction, and it all connects together. Now that's great. It holds 72 buckets worth, but we want lots and lots more than that. So we should be able to just jump and click, and it's going to automatically take 9 at a time. Bring it all the way up here, and I guess it's just going to keep letting us build up. There's a... Wow, we're going up pretty high. I didn't think about how we're going to get back down. This is... Wow, that's bigger than I thought. And I think that's all we can do, but that is 2,300 buckets worth. And if that's 10,000, then we'll need just over 4 of these big bad boys. Wow, look at it. There's so much. When I was visualizing it, I didn't think it would be this large. And I guess we're going to have to risk getting rid of some torches down there because I can't think of any other way down except for this. Also, we want it glued together. I don't know if we need to do that. This is already... like one thing. We might not need to do that. I think it's worth checking. Let's grab that water, head on down. Why is that going down so slowly? That's weird, isn't it? Doesn't matter. I'm hoping what we can do is just glue these two together. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. If I put down the cart assembler and the mine cart, is it going to pick up this whole thing? Or just what I glued there? Ooh, it might have picked up the whole thing. Let's check. Yeah, look at that. Strong arms. I don't know what that means, but yes, I have strong arms. Okay, beautiful. Got it all right here, so that means we could take it to the nether, fill it up, bring it back, and just deposit anything that we get into here. Hopefully it's as simple as I'm making it sound. But there's only one way to find out. And by the way, once we get in here, I'll mention something about how we're transporting this lava. Because, as you just saw, our plan is to use a minecart contraption and then just be able to move everything down, or not down, into the overworld by picking up the contraption. I have seen it done where we set something up on this end so it kind of just fills buckets with lava, shoots it through here, then something on the other side pushes it forward and kind of just cycles through that way. It sounds a bit complicated to me, and after all, I still do think of myself as a beginner when it comes to create, so I say we just do it this way. So let's dig our way down to the lava, and then we can get started. Going right through the glowstone. Unfortunately, I still don't have silk touch, so we're just going to break some of this. I guess this is the bonsai moment. There we go. Also, by the way, the hope is that this is an infinite source. I think it is, because I mean, that just looks nuts. Where am I hearing that from? Oh, there you are. Oh, I already had a stairway leading down here. I don't know why I didn't see that. Where does this lead? Okay, yeah, I had a way down. Whatever, now we have two. Okay, let us set up our thing. Come on, really? Unbelievable. Can I just get a moment to myself while I try to work on this? Gassed. Really? Ugh, that's gonna make this a lot of fun. Okay, so like I was saying, we want to set up the contraption. Hopefully that just nice and easy goes here. Yeah, nice. Ooh, it's a good thing there's high ceilings here. It's insane. I'm not, like, getting over that. That's nuts. Okay, we need a couple pieces of pipe, mechanical pump, obviously not that way. There we go, that way. And then I don't know how far out we need this hose pulley, but the hope is not far, so maybe if we just do a couple more of these and then we throw this on the end, and then if we just build ourselves a little safety platform around here, because why not, then we should be able to use the hand crank, put that right here, and lower this into the lava, which I think actually is a shift click. There we go. Let's get it down as low as we can, which actually that's going down pretty low, much lower than I thought. That should be enough, you would think. Let's go on. There we go. I think we hit the bottom. Now we just have to power it and fill this entire thing up. Oh, hey, buddy. I mean, I'm kind of busy. I didn't come to play. So goodbye. And as far as power goes, I brought a couple water wheels, which obviously we're not going to be able to use water. But fortunately, when you're in the nether, lava should do just as well. So if we put this here, yeah, that actually works. Okay. Looks like we just want one more bucket. Put that right here. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. I did bring a rotational speed controller because I just don't really want to mess around. I want to make sure we can get this done quickly. So we'll ramp this up, let's just say as high as it goes, and then we just have to get this connected. So if we do one of these, bring you back, I guess just one. Gearbox, a few shafts, you get the idea. Same thing on this side with some vertical gearboxes, and then I think we'll be good. Let's just see. We don't know if this is going to overstress it. Hopefully it works. Oh, nice. Tapping the mantle. That's a weird noise. Oh, but it's working. Look at that. That's going up very quickly. Nice. Oh, why didn't I look at this? I didn't look at the actual welcome to create advancements. Assemble a windmill of maximum strength. Ooh, there's some cool stuff. Maybe we'll have to have an episode where we just go through and do all of these. We've actually unwittingly checked off a lot of them, but not all. There's still quite a lot to do, so interesting. What was the one I just got? Here we go. Pump from a body of lava large enough to be considered infinite. So this is infinite. That's good to know. What we're doing here is infinite. We're never going to run out, which means we can just leave all this here and just keep coming back, pumping more and more into this. Then everybody happy. It is going to take a while though. So I'm going to wait here and let this whole thing fill up. I'll let you know when we're done. Just about there, and there we go. That is one full monster tank. So what I'm thinking is I want to leave all this here. We're going to have to do it again. I don't want to, you know, set this up every time. So why don't we just remove power from the whole thing? That way, when we remove this, hopefully this doesn't just start pumping lava all over the floor. Also, hopefully, this works and I can pick this up without incident. It doesn't just take this and leave the lava and everything just goes all over the place. So my hope is that we can do this, put that down, and then just pick you up and everybody happy. Hey, look at that, everybody happy. We're gonna leave that there so we know where to put it when we come back for round 2. But I think we have what we need. That was quite successful. Now it's time to deposit all of this lava in our mega hole, or I don't know, what are we gonna call that? Power station fuel hole, something like that. We can probably make this easy and steal power from the house again, but even easier, I should be able to just put this right here so it's nice and close to everything. And I really hope I'm right about that. So if we just put this here, good. Okay, doesn't intersect with anything, still has all the lava in it, everybody happy. Now, since we left everything there, I am gonna have to go get another hose pulley. So real quick, let's go make a new one of those. We need copper, dried kelp block, copper casing, not too bad. Dried kelp block, I think it was copper sheet, and then we need 1 piece of copper so we can strip an oak log, do that, pick it up. Then I have what I need. Oh no, dried kelp block. Didn't I get that? Oh, I put the wrong thing away. There we go. All right, new hose pulley. Good, good. May as well just do this again. Go ahead and do that. Then we can say we want to probably not go out far at all. We can just put the pump right there. Looks like it's facing the proper direction. It is. Hose pulley goes on the end. And then, I don't know, we could stop right there, like I said. We could go up to here. I think let's just get it up to that line because that's 25 tall. At least I hope it is. It should tell us. It'll tell us like that it has become an infinite supply. I was just thinking, no, this just hit me. If we make this an infinite supply and we ever needed to get rid of it, how would you do that? Because you can't pump it out. It's an infinite supply. So how would you get rid of it? Food for thought. Jeez. Okay, we need to get this pretty far down. Very hard to tell where it's actually at. We can get back up if we need to. Let's hop down here really quick. Still difficult to tell. Figure our way down a little bit. Oh, it's actually just looks like 1, 2 blocks too low. So raise it up 2 blocks. I don't know how to be precise, but we'll just say 1, 2. That looks pretty good to me. I think it's in the right spot, which means all we have to do is hook it up to power. And maybe a rotational speed controller. Is it going to take forever if we don't do that? More food for thought. And even more food for thought, do I have another one? Do I have a rotational speed controller? No, I don't think I do. So we need one of you, brass casing. I think I've got extra, yeah, precision mechanisms in here. Mechanisms? Precision mechanisms. There we go. This is like almost 100% for sure gonna overstress everything, but we'll see if we can speed it up at all. Okay, let's get you hooked up. Oh, that's a shame. It would have joined up beautifully to that, but we have to go the long way around. I have so many gearboxes now, this doesn't even matter. I'm just going nuts with it. Doesn't make any sense how I've done this, but I hope everything's set up the way I think it is. Yeah, okay, overstressed. I figured that would happen. Let's see how quick we can get this going. It's looking like not much. About halfway, 128. That's about all we can do. But is that working? Yes, there we go. We're filling up the hole. Infinite lava. Infinite, I say. What are you doing there? Get out of there. So now we just kind of watch until this is completely empty. And then we get to do it at least 3 more times, more like 3.5 more times. But it'll be worth it. We're never going to run into power problems again. I don't know how much SU this is going to create. That thing is massive. Jeez. But it's going to be by multiples of 10, at least, I would think. So I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. I'll let you know if anything interesting happens. Look at how precarious that is. I'm not even on that block. Can you see that by my feet? I am hovering. Magic Legion. But yeah, I will do all of this. I will let you know if anything interesting happens. If not, you're about to see a whole lot of time lapses. Enjoy, citizen. Ooh, funky fresh. Anyway, we now have an infinite source of lava. If we look at the hose pulley, it does say bottomless supply, so that's kind of the indicator that we're good to go. I actually tried to fill it a couple more layers above where we needed to go, which was that line right there, but I keep trying and it's just going into nothing. It doesn't matter. I pulled it up a couple blocks, and it's eating the lava, but it's not going anywhere. So that must be something to do with the bottomless supply. Now, what that does mean is we can start to clean up around here. We can take away some of this stuff. Eventually, I think we're going to be accessing this from the middle rather than the side. So I think we're going to take away this as well. And then you'll see I got impatient. I was siphoning off power from the house, but it wasn't full speed. So I ended up putting up some water wheels over here into the speed controller just so we could get full speed. But that is no longer needed. So we can take all of you. Thank you very much. Get back some of my frames and clean all of this up. Now that is going to bug me. So I think, let's just jump down here real quick. It should remain an infinite supply if we just do that. Or are there ones beneath it as well? I think there are. Just keep filling those because I want it to be nice and level. That should be the last one right there, so that if we get rid of these now, yep, there we go. Looks much better. Bloop, bloop. And by the way, that the enormous tank, it took about 15 minutes to fill and 15 minutes to empty. Plus all the movement back and forth from the nether. So, I mean, you could do the math. I needed 4.5-ish of those tanks. It took me a little bit. In fact, it's the next day. I did a lot after hours last night, and then it's the next day now, and we're finishing up. So it should be worth it. We're never going to have to go and get lava for anything anymore. Actually, I mean, we could probably get rid of the lava farm. I'm not going to do that now, but we don't really need that old one now with what we have here. In any event, I've got some cleanup to do here. And then I'm going to collect a few different types of blocks because we're going to need to do a couple things down there to get it prepped for our power station. We did end up having a lot of this left over, both in the stone and the deep slate variety. But also, where did I put... Didn't we get a bunch of glass when we were trading with the plebs? That might not be a bad idea. It would be a shame to put all that lava there and then never see it again. I think we should have a reminder of this because, I mean, that was a lot of work. We should be able to appreciate it. So, I tell you what, why don't we start with a border going all the way around? And this is also a safety measure. At least 2 or 3 times I've just been running around like crazy around the house and nearly fell into this giant hole. Just mindlessly running around like I do. So we better Legion-proof it while we have the chance. Next up, let's do some glass. And I think I somewhat prepped for this while I was just running around waiting for these things to fill and empty into here, but I got what I need for a Silk Touch pickaxe over in the chest by the pleb, so we might do that just in case we do need to pick up any of this glass. Not like we'd be able to catch it before it fell into the lava, but you know, it just reminded me that we still need Silk Touch. Okay, and then we're not going to have enough glass to fill in the rest of this, so let's go back around now with some stone brick and just keep kind of alternating between these so that we can hopefully have enough to fill the entire thing. Might need to go talk to the plebs about some more glass as well. Yeah, we might actually be good. Ooh, I didn't think about that. This is gonna annoy me, like, a lot, but now there's not much I can do about it. The center of this is a 2x2, not a single block, because then we could just, you know, hose pulley down to a single area. I guess we could do 4 hose pulleys if it bothers me that much. In fact, that might not be a bad idea. 4 hose pulleys. That way we can get more lava out at once. Yeah, I mean, that could work. And since we don't have Silk Touch, I'm just going to do this since we decided this is going to be like that. There we go. Let's have a look. Ooh, nice. Let's get a bit higher. Look at that. Very cool. And this level, this is essentially going to be the basement of the power station, which I guess does mean we still have to fill in the walls, the sides here. So actually, maybe we do that as a next step. What do we want for the walls? I mean, we got lots of this. Should probably go grab some of that too, but why don't we take a little nap first? Now that we're getting to the actual structure of the power station, we got to be a little bit more, well, I guess it would be less reliance on stone and cobblestone because I don't want it to look as much like a cellar. We're transitioning up to what will be an actual structure, like a power station. Got this Enderman over here too. Speaking of Enderman, I cut it into the edit just a little bit, but while I was in the nether, I saw an Enderman wearing a gold backpack, so I broke the eye contact taboo. He ran over and then dropped his backpack for me, so that was kind of neat. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Oh, I got exactly 5 stacks of spruce logs. Nice. Anyway, I'm thinking, why don't we go right here up to this level, because that's the highest level of ground that we have around here. And you know what? We've got feather falling. Let's just make this quick. Boop. There we go. And I'm doing it slightly inside because I want the walls going up to be recessed a little bit from this. So I'll show you what I mean when we get there. Because obviously I could just go right in this corner, but I want it offset just a little bit. There we go. Those should all be even now. Why don't we also connect them? There we go. Next up, we can go down here and start filling in some of those extra walls. I'm actually not sure though what I want to do here because we'll be slightly showing the outside. Let's just start on that back wall and see what happens. Because like I said, I wanted this to be somewhat like that. And then if we switch to spruce and get ourselves some stairs, I'm wondering if we can use this to mix it up a little bit. Just give it a bit of a indentation here because of the upside down stair. Bit of stone brick for good measure. That looks like something. I don't think we need to keep doing the like changing between stuff though. I think it's time for just a solid bit of block, which is going to be spruce. And we are eventually going to need a way down there, especially because I left my crafting table. But for now, we might just have a ladder leading up and down because I'm not exactly sure. Well, for one, what the basement is going to be used for, except for pumping lava out. But for two, how we want the official way up and down. Like, do we want a stairway or is a ladder fine? I think we'll bring it up to this level right here, and then we might cap it with some deep slate or something like that. But then we're also going to put spruce on the outside the same way that we did on the inside. Yeah, because something to bear in mind, this is probably going to be the ground level of the power station. I don't know exactly what I need to bear in mind because of that. Just keep it in mind. I don't know. So yeah, if we put these on the outside, then it's like some exterior support structure that will still be recessed into the wall, which is what we want. And it's a nice indication of the, I guess you could say, like the borders of the building. There we go. So that's the basement. This is the ground level. We'll have to fill this in. I'm actually curious, are there any blocks we haven't used that are specific to create? Industrial iron, lots of copper type stuff, and glass. Oh, granite, that's something. There is a new set of granite stuff. Maybe we use granite for the floor of this thing. Could be nice. There's actually a lot of stuff. Oh, whoa, look at all this. There's new deep slate. Oh, how did I not see this deep slate stuff? There's actually a lot. Azurine, crimsite, scoria. So let's go see what we've got in all of the chests. I might grab a couple of these things. Something we have enough of for a power station, or a power station sized building, or at least the floor. All right, just organized through some stuff. This is what I came up with, just kind of the random blocks that I have. Not much of the other things like, you know, Viridium or Scorchia. So maybe we start with the granite. And now that we have plenty of andesite, kind of an infinite amount, maybe we can use that for building as well. So there are a lot of options now. Geez. I'm thinking we just grab several of the variants and just see what we can do with them. I think I might alternate or do some kind of pattern between the andesite and the granite brick slabs. But I also need to start by bringing a border of this around because these are going to be, you know, whatever you call them, half slabs or bottom slabs. Basically not the kind that I want. So what we'll do is just do that layer there and then one here. That's going to be the floor layer. I don't know how crazy I want to go with this, like as far as patterning goes, because I could do something that's pretty cool, like, you know, diagonal lines of the granite across filled with something else. Or I typically just do like I did down there, like the circles around things with different patterns. I could try something new. So for instance, it would be this kind of thing. So that, actually, I mean, it's kind of just, that's just checkerboard, isn't it? But also diagonal lines going across. I'm game. Let's try it out. There we go. So now we're back to kind of a circle shape-ish. Maybe now we confuse everybody by going back to a bit of a circle. Aha, fooled you, citizen. I fooled myself. I didn't know this is what I was going to do. How exciting. What will happen next? That's how lazy I am. I don't want to go down there to get the crafting table, so I just make another one. There's nothing wrong with that. Sloth is the mother of invention, after all. Just kind of winging it, moving my way closer to the center, doing different things every time I hit, you know, a certain area, just filling it with a different kind of slab or whatever I happen to have in my inventory. But so far it's working. It's not a bad way to build, just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. I'm wondering if I should leave the center of this open as well, because that could be where, like, we're going to have some kind of apparatus down here that's going to be pumping lava into a bunch of tanks. The center of this could be where all of it comes up into like a central pillar of more pipes leading up. Let's leave it open for now. We might do that. We might try something different. Like, actually, we might just have a tank here. Super tall tank going from down there that we could kind of siphon lava out of. That might not be a bad idea. Undecided. Let's build the rest, or at least some of the rest, and then we'll figure it out from there. But actually, what we should do is find out how we're going to get into the basement, because currently there's no way down there. Also, oh, I forgot. I had an idea about the entrance to this place. I was thinking about it last night, and I had an idea specifically because of where we built it. Like, you'll notice it's between the factory and the house, just right here. And I don't necessarily want to run right into a pillar bonk like that. So because of that, just so I don't forget, I was thinking of something like this, where that would be the door, where it's kind of offset with the pillars on the sides, and then you can walk in at a corner, which means we'll probably have to mess with this a little bit and just change it up, make it look more like it fits into that. Don't exactly know what that means, but maybe something... I don't know. We might have to play with it. That looks a little bit odd to me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do something. That's the idea, though. I want to be able to enter through this pathway. We'll also have to make it more of an official pathway, like break into here and lead it out in that direction. But I kind of like it. It's almost like a hidden little shop. Where would this remind me of? Maybe like places in Italy or something. I'm not exactly sure, where you could just go down a little side passage and you got this here. Maybe like a London type of thing. I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks when it's done. Then you can tell me what is this going to remind you of, but obviously not done yet. Okay, so we're in the basement. I can finally collect you. I opened a hole right here. I'm thinking we just do a stairway straight down. No reason to complicate things. Something like that all the way down. Nice and easy. Now, actually, one thing I remember accidentally making was andesite bars. Does that sound right? Maybe we can use those in here. Yeah, these andesite bars. What do these look like? Yeah, I think I could use those. There's also andesite ladders. That, I don't know, we might be able to find a use out of those. The reason I thought about these andesite bars, also, I'm gonna bump my noggin on that, there we go, is actually twofold. One, until we figure out what is happening here, I think it makes sense to put up little safety barriers so I don't run right into the big pit of lava. And I guess we will have to close it off for now. We might remove some of that, but that looks a lot safer. We're not going to get in trouble by OSHA now. And then I wondered if they could be kind of like a railing for the stairs. And then maybe we could come back around with these so it looks like they're not just floating, they're actually attached to something. There we go, something like that. I don't know, just kind of like semi-industrial-ish type stuff. And if it looks different than you're used to, that's because Rome had a very specific type of industrial era. This is spot on, believe me. No, don't do any fact checking. That won't work out for either one of us. There we go. Little industrial stairway down. This is now safe. I haven't seen anything spawning down here, so the lava must be an acceptable light source, so that's good to know. Now, we just need to work on building this up into something that looks nice. And to be 100% honest and frank with you, oh geez, that thing again. I haven't thought at all about what this is going to look like from the exterior, I mean. So I might go and do some thinking, maybe look for like a reference that I want to follow somewhat, get some of the old inspiration, and then we can work on the exterior. Once we have that in place, we'll be able to start looking at, actually getting some create apparatus in here. And getting so much power. So I've been doing some playing around trying to figure out the front of this building. So this is where we would kind of be entering. I've been doing some of the create type blocks. So essentially if you put glass in a stone cutter, you get access to some different type of framed glass. And then it looks like most, if not all types of woods just arranged in this fashion around glass gives you a type of window. I've been trying that out, just different variations of this kind of thing. Then of course on the entrance going through, same thing on the sides. And I think I like that. I do want to be able to see inside just because we're going to have some movement and different kind of steam power machines going. So I do want to be able to see inside. So I think we'll go with that. I think I'm happy. Just need to continue through with this kind of thing and hope that I don't run out of glass, but not the end of the world. If I don't, I can always go get some more from the plebs. Speaking of, I should probably just do that now. I'm running pretty low. Also, I keep running out of space, so we may as well just do one of these, drop off some stuff that is filling my inventory. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, plebs. I require your assistance. Oh, I had some glass in here. What do you know? But I must have more. That would be most of you, I think, are selling glass, which is quite helpful. for once in your measly little lives. Okay, that ought to do the trick. Actually, running by here and looking at these, I think I want to do this same kind of design on areas of this. So, forget how to make those things. Iron sheet and andesite alloy. Okay, that we can do. There we go. Plenty of these now. And it might fit as well. Oh wait, I think I got the wrong thing. No, I meant bracket. Oh no. Ah, that's fine. I'm sure I'll use the... Actually, I mean, maybe we can use these for something. I made them. May as well use them. Maybe they could... I mean, that doesn't look bad. These actually look kind of cool. They could be like a brace that goes along the top of this. It's a happy little mistake, or what does Bob Ross say? Happy accident. That actually looks kind of boss. So I do like that. We're gonna keep it. I do still want the brackets though. There we go. Okay. See, we're fine. We get there in the end. Anyway, looks like you can't place those until... Ooh, you can place these through those, whatever those were. Not brackets, girders. Yeah, I know industrial stuff. Look at me. The other ones though, thinking, what if we did that and then kind of attached them? I kind of wanted them not there. On that side, there we go. Oh yeah, nice and industrial. Look at that. Such cool new blocks. I really need to get used to using more of these. That's just such a shame to not use them. I think they look so cool. This might look weird, but I'm wondering if we can do this kind of thing. Can I hang these from those and have them attached? I actually do like that. I think we're at a risk of becoming too busy here, so I'm going to stop there, but man, that is cool. I can't get over those new blocks. Okay, so I need to keep those in mind, definitely, the girders, because I think that would be something that we could use for the rest of the build, but as you can see, we're still pretty light on the back here. I need to finish up the windows, we need to add the walls, this one needs to be fairly tall, so I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about that. So let's get to work on finishing at least 80%, let's say, of this without the detailing, and then maybe we check in at that point. Let's do it. I wanted to include a decent amount of cinematic content for this whole build since I was kind of 50% zoning out and 50% concentrating, which essentially just means I wasn't talking at all during the build. Really, the only thought I had was I wanted this building to be tall, visually interesting, and utilize blocks that I had plenty of. My process is typically to fill my inventory, then move upward row by row, alternating materials so that I never have too much of a single block, making things potentially boring. So while I follow that process all the way up, let's have a look at a few Roman facts. Many of my facts on Roman emperors are concerning the Julio-Claudian dynasty, or the first several emperors of Rome. But there are so many interesting emperors, why don't we talk about a few from the Nerva-Antonine dynasty? One that you may be familiar with is Trajan, who is typically remembered for being an emperor at the geographical peak of the empire. In other words, Rome controlled the largest area of land during Trajan's reign. After that, it either stayed the same or consolidated, as our PR specialist calls it. And then of course there's also Trajan's cousin and heir, Hadrian. I'm sure you all know him. Hadrian was a hipster and was into building walls before it was cool. Aside from that, he had the wanderlust and spent much of his reign visiting the provinces in the empire. There's many more to discuss, but it looks like we're wrapping up and ready to get back at it. The sun is rising on a new day. We just finished working through the night, and I think we're gonna call this done. At least done in the sense that the structure itself is complete. And in classic Legion V fashion, it's too big. I don't need all this space. It just kind of had to fit in with everything else around it, so we've got an enormous basement. The main level here, plenty of space for steam engines, or, you know, whatever we're gonna call them, boilers. And then because it was too tall, I ended up making a separate level up here. I don't have plans for this. It's kind of just a observation deck or whatever you might want to call it. But there is space. If we ever end up wanting to do anything with up here, we can. And you'll notice I kept this space open on the roof, but also on this floor and the floor beneath it, the basement. That's because I think it might be cool if when we set this up, we have our rope pulleys going into the lava that's extracting it. It's going to go into a tank in the center of this, and then the tank is just going to go all the way up. And it could almost be like a feature going through all the levels and through the top, so that hopefully from some areas you'll be able to see it. It's kind of difficult to see up there though from different angles out here. So I don't know if that'll be visible, but should be cool anyway. Either way, I like how this turned out. I think it looks nice. It's just, it's empty. It has no utility yet, so that's the next step. We need to actually turn this into a power station, something I have never done before. What I do know is that we will be using steam engines, and I've never given them a ponder, so let's do that. Should be fairly easy. Well, I say that, but we need a fluid tank. We're going to put a steam engine on that. You put a shaft on that, and you get a kinetic output. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult. You need to provide heat, water on the inside. Obviously, that creates steam, and then that's going to give us rotational force, much more than we're used to. This is where the blaze burners come in, and we wanted more of those. And then obviously, the higher the boiler is, the taller, you're going to need more water, more heat, all that type of stuff. So I have a feeling we're going to have to play around with this a little bit. Either way, we know we're going to need lots of fluid tanks. Again, lots of fluid tanks. I know we just made a ton for earlier in the episode, but I kind of want to keep these. You'll notice what I did here. I've got a rope pulley next to the minecart contraption that's a downward mining drill. Using a rope pulley, I've got the fluid tank next to the enormous fluid tank that we made that I want to keep just in case we ever need to transport things again. I don't really want to mess with this one. And then we've got mechanical drills next to the mining drill contraption. All that being said is just that I want to make brand new stuff rather than utilize all that stuff. So that means we're going to have to go through this again, get a ton of copper sheets, and probably smelt up the last of what we've got here. But you saw all this at the beginning of the episode. You know the drill at this point, so I'm going to be making lots of things that I think we will need, and then I'll let you know when we've got it, and we're ready to start setting up some steam power. Okay, a little bit of crafting later. We've got a lot of fluid tanks. I don't know exactly how many we'll need, but that's a good start. We've got 4 hose pulleys, some fluid pipes, and some mechanical pumps, which again, I don't know how many I'll need, but probably a decent amount. Now, for the new stuff, we need steam engines. Once again, don't know how many, but why don't we try to make... Well, let's see. I don't know how much gold and copper we can do here, so let's, quite a bit. Maybe we start with 8? Does that sound like a good number? I don't know, Citizen. I thought you knew. How's our gold looking? Actually, pretty good. We got quite a lot of gold. So we may as well just smoosh some of that down. And then we have infinite andesite, so that's not a problem. There we are, nice and smooshed. We can get ourselves 8 steam engines. And each one of those is 1,024, but up to... Oh no, that's RPM, up to 65,000 SU. Man. So just to put that in perspective, if each one of these can do 65,000 SU, each one of the large water wheels can do 512. So quite a difference. Wow. Yeah, I think we're going to be all right on power once we have this set up. Oh, blaze burners. That's the other thing. I completely forgot about that. Once again, I don't know exactly how many of these I'm going to want or need, but definitely more than the 4 I have, because kind of a max size one, I think, would be 9. If I've got 4, that's at least 5 more. So there's that, but why don't we say we're at least going to do 2, which means we want 9 more. Okay, so we have to fill 14 more blaze burners. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I smell adventure. Where's me shield? I need my shield and my helmet. Oh yeah, sorry, helmut. There we go. And actually, we should be in pretty good shape now. I don't know that we've been to the Nether since I've upgraded everything, but I feel pretty prepared, even though I don't look it, because again, my armor is invisible, but we're gonna be fine. I hope. It also helps that we have a path leading to the blaze burner now, so I think this should be fairly straightforward. Of course, it's when I say that things are gonna go wrong. Oh, hey buddy, speaking of going wrong. Oh, nothing to say to me? Dude, don't point that thing at me. Yep, that was a mistake. You saw what happened. You saw what okay. Really? You see what happens to your buddy and then you decide to come at me. Piggies is not smart. Yeah, once you have this built, it's not bad. It's really not that far away. It's just that it's over all this lava that creates an issue. Location, location, location. So all we need to do is get to that blaze burner, madly click on it with these empty blaze burners to fill them up, and then run away like a very brave legionary. Oh geez, look down there. Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. We could even pick them up from here, right? Bloop, bloop, thank you. Bloop. Yeah, we can just pick them right up. And that's all of them. Look at that. That was easy. Out of curiosity, can I pick you up? Oh, I can pick up the blaze burner. Let's bring it closer. Why bother with running all the way out here if we could just bring it with us? Look at us. Like a little burglar running away with the blaze burner. Be like Bilbo Baggins. Oh no, don't shoot at me. I'm just trying to rob. What would this be considered to you? You're, I don't know. Well, it's not his home. It's his mother? I don't know. Just please do not knock me off of this. That would be bad. I also didn't plan, I wasn't thinking about this. Where am I going to put it? We probably should not bring it out of the Nether. They're still shooting at me over there. So let's just find a place to put it in here, but closer, so we don't have to worry about running all the way over there every time. Also, probably not right next to the portal, because we don't want it to be spawning every time we come through. Can you get... They're clogging up my tunnel. There we go. Maybe actually over here. somewhere like, well, no, I don't want them to be able to hit me from the portal. Let's put it maybe just right here inside this tunnel where they hopefully wouldn't be able to mess with us too much. Yeah, let's just drop it right here for now. Oh, good, it still works. We didn't break it, which is nice. Got all of our blaze burners. Just want to make sure. Well, I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine. I don't know if this will do anything, like stop them from spawning in here, but we'll leave that there. That way it's, like I said, oh, that's not gonna stop them. It's a lot easier. Can I pick you up? Now I'm curious. I cannot pick you up. Okay, you can go away. Yeah, so I mean, it's there. We can come in here pretty easily now when we need more. Not have to run all the way back to the fortress. Look at us, citizen. Quite clever. All right, back we go. Now, I think we have everything we need to get steam power. And if we don't, we're gonna find out when we get over there. One thing we might need to do is route just a little bit of this windmill power from the house over here to pump water into the boilers initially, or maybe even just keep that going. I'll explain a little bit of my understanding of that when we get to it, but first we should probably just figure out where we're going to put all this stuff and how we're going to start pumping lava out of there. I'm kind of thinking these two corners will be our initial two boilers because there's plenty of room to go up. We can pump lava from the basement underneath it into those. That should work. Oh, we'll need a hand crank. Yeah, to get the lava out of there. Let's start at the basement. Let's start at the bottom down there and kind of just work our way up as far as tasks go. Hopefully it'll all work out. Oh, I don't sound very confident, do I? I don't know what I did with my hand cranks. Oh well. Wood and a andesite alloy. Easy. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure the way infinite lava sources work is that you have to have these, the hose pulleys, they have to reach the very bottom of the tank. So if you try to pump it from the top, I think it'll take it away. That answers my question from before, how you get rid of an infinite lava source. I ran into that when I was filling it up, but I think if you pump it all the way from the bottom, then it never runs out. So why don't we, if we want 4 of these leading down there, we're gonna have to set them up in a very specific way because the output pump, the output thing here has to be facing out for every one of the 4 so we can actually access that side, if that makes any sense. We'll also probably have to independently go through and lower each one of these. And you'll see, I think when we get to a certain point, yeah, see, it's now in there, but it doesn't say anything on the generator stats here. I'm hoping when it gets to the bottom, 1, we won't be able to do this anymore, but 2, it'll tell us, hey, you've got an infinite supply, or something cheery like that. There we go. I can't go any further, and it doesn't say anything yet, but there's also not a pump on it yet, so I kind of think that's the reason why. We'll cross our fingers and hope. How about that? That's gotten us this far. Okay, now that one's facing that way. We're gonna want this one facing that way and bring it all the way down. I wonder if we should test this before I do this to all 4 of them, because there's a chance we'll have to have these lower. Does it say what the maximum is on these? Like the maximum height that they can go down? No, it doesn't say. Will it give us additional information if I do this? Doesn't say anything. I was kind of counting, and I think it only went down about 30 blocks, which doesn't seem right to me. It should go further than that. Ugh, are we gonna have to go and do something dangerous and get down further to... I just took about 5 seconds and looked it up, and it says the hose pulley can extend infinitely, at least the source that I read, which makes me think this should work. I'm worried why it doesn't say infinite source on here. What happens if I do this? And yes, I know it's a bad idea because we're probably going to pump lava all over the place. Hopefully I could just cover it right back up. But right now, if you look at all the corners, everything is full to that line exactly. So if we pump some out and we see any of those missing, we'll know that it's not counting it as an infinite source. How about that? Hopefully that'll tell us what we want to know. So if I do this, nothing is happening. Oh, there we go. Just kind of spitting lava out. That's helpful. Okay, that was at least 1 block. 1 block came out. So are we seeing that any is missing in here? Oh, we are. We're missing 1. This is not counting it as infinite. What went wrong? Ooh. Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna do some troubleshooting, try to figure this out. Okay, now it's considered... I don't know what I did. It's a little bit lower, obviously, but now it's considering it an infinite supply. I did notice another corner was showing that I had taken lava out of it, so I just filled that one. Maybe that was an initial issue, but I don't know what caused it in the first place. I did also mess with the configuration file a little bit. I also put a couple extra lava, 1 block above where the source was. I don't know, I did a few different things, but it's working now. And thinking more about it, I probably don't need much more than one of these. It's kind of going to be covered up anyway. I don't know. Let me play with this a little bit more. It does, like you can see there, it says bottomless supply. So I think that's all right. I'm going to see if we can get a tank set up here that can pump the lava, like we said, kind of going through that. And hopefully we're good. This seems to be doing what I want it to do. So I don't know. I will let you know shortly. What we're doing now is we're going to actually siphon power from the windmill up here, because what I'd like to do is use this to power the pumps. And that's going to be pumping lava from the infinite source, as well as pumping water into boilers, and then everything else will be powered by steam power. But those kind of are prerequisites of being able to do this. Luckily, this looks pretty innocuous when you cover it with andesite casing, and we're probably going to run it underground. I think that'll work best. Ooh, geez. Oh, this goes right into... Oh, I could have just stolen power from this. Yeah, but honestly, we're probably going to get rid of all of this because we won't need it anymore, so that's fine. Now, does this go into the basement of that area nicely, or where do we emerge? There we go. We're somewhere right here. Beautiful. So that links right up. Okay, good. There we go. You can barely tell, but that power is coming from the windmill at the house. Now, let's just run it down here, because we want it powering this, which is hopefully going to pump the infinite supply of lava into here, and then we're going to make that taller. It's going to go all the way up. But it does still say bottomless supply. That's our rope pulley right there, so I think we'll be good. All right, moment of truth. Is this going to work? Looks like it is. We're filling it up. And that still says bottomless, and we don't appear to be losing any lava down there, which is a huge relief, because I was very worried when this was saying it wasn't an infinite source. We put a lot of work into this. Oh boy. Anyway, that is all working. Everybody happy. Now, I do think we're going to be using a decent amount of this, and we said we wanted this as a design aesthetic anyway, so let's keep building this up. There we go. That's kind of neat that it stops there. But I do think I want this just kind of like as a pillar all the way through, a nice beacon. Also an indication of what's happening here, which does mean I'm probably going to need to make a lot more of these fluid containers. There we go, right up through the roof. That way you can see the lava coming out of the top, and I have no way down. Beautiful. Well, I guess we can just kind of Ezio Auditore our way over here, and onto there, and down onto here. Look at that. Okay, so that'll look a whole lot better once it's full. And I didn't think about the fact that this isn't going full speed, and I wonder if that's an issue. We could fix that. I have a rotational speed controller on me, but maybe we come back to that when we've disconnected all other things from this windmill, because I don't necessarily want to overstress it, and it's working fine right now. So maybe we leave it, we come back to it once because eventually the workshop in there, as well as all of this, is going to be run by steam power, which means the only thing this will be doing is running these pumps. So you get what I mean. It's going to have less other things to power, which means doing this full speed shouldn't be an issue. Either way, I just remembered something that could potentially be an issue, speaking of issues, and it has to do with my whole plan. My whole plan for this was that we can siphon lava out of the infinite source and use that to power our blaze burners. And my plan to do that was these straws, which is kind of an interesting thing. It's create crafts and additions. That's the mod this comes from. And I guess you can't actually pump lava into blaze burners, which seems odd. By default, that is. So what you can do is make a straw using a rolling mill, and then it can turn bamboo into a straw. Then I assume what you do is you give the blaze burner a straw. Yeah, it changes it into a blaze burner that can accept lava or drink it through the straw, essentially. And then it accepts liquid fuels by buckets. No, I don't want by buckets. Or by pipes. Okay, good. That worried me for a second, but that's the plan. It can't do that by default unless you give it a straw. So we need straws. The reason that's an issue, I don't know if I found bamboo yet. So yeah, that could be a problem. Oh, good. Whew, we got some. I don't remember where I found that, but that would have been, I mean, nothing wrong with a little adventure, but I'm kind of focused on what we're doing. So just in case we end up needing more, let's plant a couple of these. We'll just say behind the house. That way we won't run out. And then we need a rolling mill, and that we can do. There we go, one rolling mill. And it actually looks like it might be powered from the bottom. Is that right? I don't know, but can I put it right here? Because we're actually getting power right there. And then what do I do? Do I just give you one of these? Do I go patooey? No. Or am I supposed to power it from the side? Is that what that is? We don't have to do a lot, so yeah, I think we'll just do the hand crank. Do I just put a couple on top of there and then do this. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I just got 2 straws. I think we need 9. Is that going to grab them from there? Yeah, I think it is. Just spitting out straws at me like a normal everyday thing. A 2E. There we go. 2 more. There we go. That's a neat little thing. Okay, now, presumably, we will be able to place these blaze burners, and they can accept liquid lava via fluid pipe, which they wouldn't have been able to do before. Okay, so we're gonna have burners in these corners, and the pipes will probably come up from the basement, so we don't have to worry about, you know, like running pipes from here over in this direction. They'll be kind of inconspicuous under here. For example, if I put these here, and we remove those, and then right now they look like this. Apparently, if I give them a straw, oh yeah, look at them. They've got little hats on. So it's not necessarily just a straw. It's a hat with little containers on the sides. I think they're ready to go. They're ready for a tailgate. All right, now, in order to get them what they need, which is lava, we want to have pipes all down here beneath each one of them and leading down. Just like that. Let's see, where's the other one going to be? Off to the right, that side over there. So I'd like to plan for that and just say, why don't we have it going like this? That other one will lead into this, and then we kind of just have it like that. And, oh no, I'm not out of pipes. Never mind. Should be right here. Oh, I can't do that. Come on. Get rid of you. And then see, we'll be able to do kind of the same exact thing on both sides. Hopefully we can just get away with 1 pump. I don't know if it is going to have enough power to supply both of these, but we'll find out. Same thing over here. 9 more blaze burners, and then we're just going to have to go get some more bamboo so we can get them straws. And they have their cool little hats. Ah, yeah, this'll do. There's 9 more right there. Let's go like this. Patooey. Give me some more straws. Pew. Wonderful. Give all of you some beautiful hats. You're ready to go to your sports ball game. And then this is where we run out of fluid tanks. I am not going to have nearly enough. Unless we want a boiler that looks like this, which I don't. I did not go through all of this, making the infinite source of lava, building a huge, some would say unnecessarily huge, power station to have something that little tiny thing that's going to go all the way up there, at least-ish. So give me a minute, I'll make some more of these, and then we should be nearly there. We're getting pretty close. It's exciting. There's about another stack. Let's see what we can do with that. It's 3 for that side, 3 for this side, 4. That's about what I can get if we want to keep them the same size for now. I think this is good for testing. We will want to make them bigger. At least I assume we will, but I think to get the initial bit going, what we need to do is get water into these boilers, or they will be boilers. So maybe what we can do is turn something back here into an infinite water source, because we might end up having more boilers up here. So if we had everything back here, infinite water, it would be something they could all tap into. Hopefully the fact that these are walls rather than blocks and these are half slabs won't matter, but I don't know. Can I put you there? Okay, it flows, which is good news. Should be able to just do this then. Fill up the whole thing. And then there you go, everybody happy. This should be an infinite source so that several different pumps can pull from this and it'll remain infinite. So for example, can we do, whoops, not that, this. And then I think that's the correct level. I don't think you want it actually in the water, but directly above it. And then we just need to power it, but we'll do that to both of them. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, how do we get power there? We've got power running under here. Under where? I'm not childish, you're childish. We might need more shafts for this, but I think what we can do is continue to run these along, all the way along this back wall. Then we could probably just shoot it straight up, and that's where we're going to need that power anyway. Is that where the water is? Might be a little bit precarious, but we'll figure it out. Okay, there we go. We got power going up in both of those 2 corners. Just need to see about the water up there. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but that's the beauty of it. We get to problem solve. Ooh. Should be right about here. That's where the power is. So that should work. We're going to need more shafts. Let's get some more of those, and then I think we'll have this covered. Also, that looks full. It's full. Nice. Sweet. You can't really see it from up there. That's all right. I think it might also be time to turn this back on. I'm kind of blowing through this stuff pretty quickly. Temporarily, at least. Ooh, nope. We're not going to do that because it overstresses it. It's probably because I'm stealing power from somewhere doing something that I don't know. But see, that's why we're doing all this. That won't be a problem. Very soon it won't be a problem. So let's put a filter here like we did before, throw those in there. This will make us a ton of shafts, and then we'll head back. I think temporarily, because I'm worried about water spilling down to the basement and somehow getting into the infinite lava source and just ruining everything, we're gonna cover that and just confirm that I've got the right spot here, because I think I do. Yes, I do. So if we just do this, bring up the power of voodoo. I already did that, never mind. Do that, and then I think if we cover this up like that, then we can get rid of you, and the water can flow, and we don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Beautiful. That is now pumping water into this. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Pretty soon that will be a boiler. For now, we need to do the other side. Same exact thing to this side, and we'll be careful again, because why wouldn't we? Down we go. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh no, there we go. Bloop, bloop. Same thing, we power you. Oh no, we just overstressed it. Might have to go and disconnect some of the other things that are on this power source just temporarily. Just long enough to get this going. So for instance, because we have the infinite lava, we can turn this off. Don't need that connected. That actually was it right there. That was enough. I did tie into it directly over here, so that kind of means if we wanted to, we could just turn off everything. But if that was enough, just disconnecting this pump, I say we leave it and hope it's enough to get us rolling on the steam power. There we go. So now these are filling back up. Let's, why don't we let these get full? That way I think we'll be able to get more information about when we put the steam power on there. Oh, maybe I will have to disconnect more. I kind of forgot we never did hook this up. And we're probably gonna need 3 pumps for that. Yeah, let's go disconnect the rest of the power. Once again, it's just temporary, but I think what we can do is just come in here and take that off. That should give us plenty. And it just means for the time being, we won't be able to use the workshop because it's all disconnected now. Soon enough though, soon enough. So, for instance, if we want a pump right, that's not what I meant to do, right here, going that way, 13, 14, 15, 15 is right there, which I think is how far it can go, which means I think it would just be one short to get it out to the rest of all of that. So, to be safe, why don't we say right there we're going to have a pump, and right here we're going to have a pump, then we just need to power it, and then I think we'll be good. But out of curiosity, we've got these steam engines, 8 of them, so that would be 4 for each of these. What happens if I do this? Because I think right now they're just considered fluid containers, right? Yeah. Once you put the steam engine on it, it converts it to a boiler, and I think that's when we're going to get additional information. So why don't we, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could probably just put them right down the middle and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. Change it into a boiler. Size, water, heat. So obviously not really any heat going in yet. Water, what does that mean? It's just not getting enough water, or it needs to hold more water? I'm not exactly sure. But if we put those on, it looks like they both say the same thing. Now also, I think to do this the right way, we need to, yeah, there we go. Oh, why is this running already? That doesn't make any sense, does it? I didn't think it would run yet, but that is cool. Look at that. I think these are going the wrong way. There we go. We want those all connected to the same thing, which it looks like they are. These are not. There we go. I'm hearing something. What is that? Something... Oh, is it just this, like steaming? I also don't like that I can't see inside there anymore. I liked that, being able to see the water in there. Oh well, I mean, okay, so anyway, that is working. We need to add heat, obviously, and it looks like maybe it's because these are going too slow. That's why the water is showing lower. Let's see if we can speed this up. The power is coming in from over here. So before we get too reliant on this, we should get everything running pretty well. So that means we're gonna want maybe a vertical gearbox there, a large cogwheel with rotational speed controller, obviously not there, we want it here. We'll see if we can max speed this. I don't know if this is going to work because we are connected to a decent amount of things at this point. I have some encased chain drives, so we should be able to just do that. There we go. Oh, it didn't overstress. So that's a good thing, right? Oh, we haven't hooked these up yet. That could cause an issue, but for now, let's go look at the ones up top. I'm wondering if that changed anything with the water. Oh, it did. Now the size is the one that's the bottleneck. Well, heat, obviously, but water looks perfect now. That is super speedy. And these are, yeah, it's very happy with that. Okay, so that was an issue. We fixed it. Now, are we gonna be able to, first of all, pump lava into these? We haven't tested that yet. Or is it just gonna shoot lava all over the place and flood this area with lava? Hopefully not. But I think that's the last thing. That's the last thing before we can confirm that this is working. So if we want to power these 3 conveniently, because of the way we set this up, I believe we can bring them all to a common spot right here. Use a single gearbox to connect them all up, and then just pull the power from right here, I guess. Ooh boy, I'm worried. This is like, that's a lot of things all happening at once I connect this. Can I use the encased chain drive again? Just bring that out here with a vertical gearbox. That overstressed it. Yeah, I was worried about that. Okay, let's see what we can get away with. 192? Oh, we can get 192. What about 224? No, 192. That is still pretty good. Ooh, I hear something. Something is happening up there. Let's go check. I am hearing a ton of noise. Okay, these, yeah, they look happy. They look like they're powered up, like a lot. Okay, they are full of lava, and it seems that they continuously are being filled with lava, which is beautiful. This is staying full. That is level 9, and it looks like they are all full, whatever that means. All 3 are happy. Size, water, and heat. And that's terrifying me because these are making noises like when blazes spawn, and I don't like that. But, what? Jeez, yeah, they're making all the blaze noises. That's terrifying me. Are there any around here? It sounds like they're around here. Okay, anyway, 16 something. Kinetic stress capacity, 147, but each of these are showing 16,000, which should be more like 3264. So I don't know what this, maybe it's saying we can get 147,000 out of this with more of these engines, but right now we're probably getting about 64,000 SU out of each, which is 128,000, which if we go to look at the windmill, remember that number, 128,000-ish. The windmill is giving us 5,000. So I don't know. What even is that? Like 25 times the power output that we have now, and it's not even fully powered up. That's only 2 steam engines, or 2 boilers, I should say. That is incredible. So the power we're generating here is enormous. It's way more than we have already with the windmill. And it's all automated. This is all, so it's all coming from the infinite lava. That's not even going down at all. It's pulling all of that out of here so we can see it happening. It's still going through. It's not getting emptied at all. That's all from the infinite source. It still says bottomless supply. It's not going down at all. We have the capacity to make many more of these, and it's all pulling from this water source back here. So this is a really nice setup, and I don't see it ever turning off. It shouldn't have to. So really all we need to do is tie this together and then route the power out. We have to find a way to make it, you know, fit into the design of everything and route it out to the different areas where we need it. But that's incredible. This thing is so great. So I'll need a minute to, you know, just appreciate my greatness, and then we're going to figure out how to do this, how to do the next steps for this. I'm trying to decide, should we link up all of this power? Like what I've done here is just with some encased chain drives. I've got those connected, and then I put them all on a belt. That way, if we wanted to take power out of any of this, all we'd have to do is that, and then we're good. I could also do this kind of thing, so we'd have multiple points, and we could take power out wherever we wanted it, but I don't think that's necessary. On a side note, should we connect them, or should we have them on separate? One is for the house, one is for the factory. That I don't know. I think the factory would end up using more power, so it might be a good idea to connect them up. Either way, probably what I want to do is, well, I'm conflicted. We could, everything we've been doing, we've been bringing the power underground and running it that way. We do have an opening down there, so it would make it easy. At the same time, we could have it running across the top, so it's more visual. I mean, it might not be a bad thing to say, hey, look, the house is connected to the power station. The factory is connected to the power station. Makes sense to have it that way. I think I prefer gearboxes. So what I'd like to do, rather than the belt, actually, is this going to work, or is it going to, yeah, that's not going to work. Could do one encased chain drive and one gearbox. That'll work. It's coming back again to mess with me. The fact that this entire thing is around a 2x2 instead of a single block, because then we have to keep doing things in 2s instead of 1. Not a huge deal, but also not the best. In any event, these two are now connected, which means they should kind of share power / combine their power. So from there, what I think we'll do also just thinking that eventually it will connect to other boilers. So I'm actually realizing if I want to keep it even, I'm kind of just playing around with stuff right now. A lot of it doesn't make a lot of sense. I just want the power to be all over the place, but also somewhat symmetrical. So if that is connecting via that line, that should be this one here leading over to this side. Eventually, we'll probably have a boiler here so it can hook into the power right here. And then I also now have the ability to keep this one running so that it can go over into the factory and we can get rid of these windmills. And then this side will have the ability to keep going in this direction into the house. And you know what? I think I am going to go underground. So let's see, we want to get rid of you. And then that is right here. And we just want to take that power to the left over here, but underground, kind of like we did with this. So we just can essentially follow that right back in. Okay, encased chain drive leading down, vertical gearbox, which should allow us to bring it in that direction. And then hopefully this connects to, oh, that actually might not be a bad thing if we had it going through here, because then we can see it. And if we need to tie into it out here for any reason, we have it easily available. So that goes over here. There we go. Cover that up, as well as this, and then we just head down to that underground area and tie it into the house. I am beginning to confuse myself a little bit because we have this, which is actually windmill power going to the power factory to do our boiler water pumping and lava pumping, but then in the other direction we have something similar, but that is actual power station power from steam power that's heading back into the house. So it's kind of crisscrossing a little bit and confusing me just in the slightest, but we will manage. And if we want to get at the power from here, it's directly beneath me, which actually works out pretty well. It's right there. Should we do the same thing we did where it's outside, or should we do it inside? There might not be a lot of space. Yeah, probably gonna want to do this outside. So I don't think we even needed to go that far. We can just do vertical gearbox. Very similar to what we did there. We're just going to lead it right back up to the top. Okay, then that should be right here. And it certainly is. Look at that. Now here's where I'm not sure how we can do this. If we want to put a gearbox here, is that going to have everything going in the wrong direction, or does it need to be a chain drive? I don't really know. I'm just going to put a gearbox and we can check down here that it is going the wrong way, which should be easy enough. If we got a gearbox there, we just take this out, put a second gearbox, and then everybody should be happy. Cover all of this up, make it look pretty again, except we have to do this from the outside. Okay, this is going to make it difficult. We do that, then we have to go back around. Oh boy, there we go. Now we can do this, we can cover you up, and we can do that, and I believe, oh no, ooh, we need to disconnect this quickly. So we just broke everything because that was going in the wrong direction. Why did that turn it off? We did something wrong. Okay. This needs to go back. That is at max speed. This should be... See, what I did was I hooked up the power station power to this, which was for the workshop, but it was still connected to the windmill, and that's being routed back to run the power station, but they were rotating in opposite directions. So it popped this, that broke off, and I'm assuming it did it somewhere else too. So because this is... Oh no, that is spinning now. So did that fix it? This is running the power station, which is strange because it's supposed to be running the house since it's attached to the house, but that's just the way it worked out. This is now not connected because it's being run by the power station, and the power comes in right there. So we just need to replace the floor here and go double check that we didn't break anything at the power station. Is all of this still working? That looks good. The pumps are still working. That's what I was worried about. And the pumps downstairs also still working. Okay, so the windmill on our house is powering the pumps in the power station, which is then generating power that could be routed back into the house to run everything else. And it soon will be also going into the factory, but I think that is all working the way we expect for now. What did we say? We have to go clean up the floor in there, which I believe is dark oak. Yep, that looks right. Okay. Whew, we're good. So that's all working properly. Now we need to route this power over to the factory. But first, I think I'm going to get rid of those windmills. We don't need them anymore. I mean, look at how this is it feels pitiful now. Now that we have so much more power, this just doesn't, yeah, not doing it for me. What we could do is take some of them and put them on that one to make the tree farm work a little bit quicker, and even put them back on the house to make that one a little bit larger. But I do think it makes sense to get rid of these. So let's go into the factory. We will make sure everything is turned off, which it looks like it is. Oh, and I forgot, I think we have water wheels still too. Under here somewhere. No, I'm not doing the joke again. Yeah, I knew it the second my frames just got destroyed. Ooh, boy. Yeah, we're getting rid of all of you. Give me back my frames. There we go. Whew, that was rough. We can get rid of all the water. There we go, that should do it. Now this is just another hole in the ground, but that's all right. Don't need this leading down. There we go. That's good now. This can also be replaced with a rotational speed controller, so we may as well just get rid of all this. We'll be able to do a couple other improvements, because why not? We're doing other things. We may as well. We may as well clean up while we're at it. This is the windmill, which we are going to take. There we go. So that is cleaned up. No more power in that corner. I honestly would not mind cleaning up the iron farm either. This is pretty messy, but I'm worried about like just breaking everything. It took a while to put all this together. We could maybe just promise one another that future farms will be more orderly and do precisely nothing about this one. Yeah, that might be a good plan. I agree with you, citizen. Now, over here, I think we're gonna get rid of you as well, my friend. If we take that, yeah, that'll turn everything off. We do have a rotational speed controller set up down there. So, well, no, let's not keep that. We're gonna clean everything up. We're gonna keep cleaning it up. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to close this gap now, because the only reason it's here really is because this windmill was here. And now that that's gone, kinda have no reason for it except for some fresh air. But we'll get back to that. First order of business is making sure that everything gets powered again, which I believe, yeah, they were running independently. This had its own power, that had its own power. So I think what we should probably do is get the power station power run all along the back of this, maybe through the floor, and then that way, like this stuff over here, we don't need that now. Yeah, if it goes along the back floor, we can tie it in right there. We could tie it into this, which is going over to power the... Yeah, it's doing the tree farm, it looks like. Man, I kind of don't even remember what half of the stuff, what I was doing with most of this at this point, but it was working. So hopefully if we power it and just get the rotational speed going in the right direction, everything should start working again. Either way, first thing we need to do is get that power. So why don't we say we're coming through here, all the way through, make it nice and pretty. And then let's see, where are we? Where do we need to be? Oh, perfect. We want to come right through here, all the way down. So something like this ought to do. This can be covered back up, and then we just run all of this all the way down. And hopefully, well, I guess if we run into any problems with rotational direction, we could just throw a gearbox in and hopefully that fixes it. But first oh, I forgot about this. We wanted to put this rotational speed controller back in. Let's see here. If this was here, then we could probably do something sneaky like this. There we go. Get a couple chain drives down there, and then that should be what we want. That's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it is working. Just talking about cleaning things back up, and of course, first thing we do is make it nice and messy. But that's okay, that's okay. Let's see how fast well, I mean, we'll be able to go. Actually, ooh, some of this stuff I don't think we want on max speed. It might be fun to see it run that way. Maybe we see if we can. Because I mean, we're generating so much power over there. So maybe we leave it on max speed and just see if we can run everything that we've got so far. Just as a test. I don't know if we're actually gonna do it. Permanently, I mean. So first test, we've got encased chain drive. Can I do... No, how does this work? Like that? No. How do I get it to come and grab what's running down there and send it up this way, if that makes sense? There we go. Like that, and then like that? No, like that. There we go. Except that's not what I want. Yes, there's still a learning curve. There's still a learning curve. Okay, so here, this might be going in the wrong direction. I don't know how we would tell though. Oh, it would be with this. We want the air to be blowing out instead of being sucked in. So that will be our test when we turn this on. So first one, we start and it's going the wrong way. Wow, that is fast. Okay, yep, going the wrong way. So how can we fix that? I mean, not ideal, but I know we could just do this. Gearbox. Oh, something popped off. What was that? This right here. Oh, it still popped off. What happened? Everything's going the right way now. Why isn't that working? I mean, when we built this, we were pretty low on everything. So maybe now that we have more available to us, it doesn't matter. Maybe we can, let's see, we just need to power it up there. So we can just do gearbox there, gearbox here. Don't need any of the cogwheels that way. Is this gonna work? Yeah, maybe. What's, these aren't powered anymore. That's the issue. So what happens if I put one of you right here? That doesn't work. Okay, so that's where it's running into issues. But why? Everything should be going in the correct direction now. I don't get it. Also, it shouldn't matter what way that's spinning, should it? That's weird. I don't know. Maybe if we do that and then we put one of... No, I can't do that. I'm so confused. What if we grab power from over here? That's still... That doesn't work either. What's the deal? Why can't I power these millstones? That was totally working last time. I don't know what I did. Everything else is going in the correct direction. Help me, citizen. What am I doing wrong? Okay, hold on. Maybe it has something to do with the speed. Maybe it just can't go that fast. Let's bring it down to half. A little more... Running a little bit more gingerly, which is maybe the problem. Now, can I right here? Oh, that might have been it. Maybe they can't run that fast. I don't know. Either way, that wow. Is it just me or is that going like way faster than it used to? I think it might be. But let's double check. Is everything working? This is just the iron farm side. That's going through. We're getting iron nuggets in here. When we get 9, that should, yeah, compress it. Goes into here, goes into there. Okay, so that's the iron farm working. Neat. Now we just have to do the andesite farm side. And importantly, we need to do it without breaking everything on the iron side. So I don't think we should be able to do that because we're not introducing any new type of rotational power. We're just kind of carrying it on through down to this side. And what is this? That is just shaft. So we're bringing it up here. In fact, I'm trying to get used to using these encased chain drives. They seem to be something I should be using and I'm just not overly familiar with. There we go. So I can get it turning like that. Then if I get rid of you, put you there and you right there. Beautiful. Okay, that's running now. Is it going the right way? Yes. Yes, it is. Wow. That is also going so much faster. This is, I think, ooh, whoops. I forgot to take that off, the filter. That's why it was going so fast. Let's get it back in there. I mean, still, that is faster. That's going faster. So, side benefit of all this, it turns out windmill power and water wheel power is limiting as far as the speed goes, but steam power, power station power, that can go quite quickly on the RPM, which you can see behind us. So, big fan of that. Next up, we need to do the same thing here, which means that's probably going to get turned off momentarily. We are going to break into that. Can I do this again? Just encased chain drive and that. Are you working? You are. Oh, did anything break? Is it going the right way? Oh no. No. It's going the wrong way. Ooh, yeah, I'm spitting iron all over the place and gravel and uh-oh. Let's try that again. Put you right there. And this time, all we're gonna do is replace you with the gearbox. What are the odds, too, that both of these, when we started them, they're the wrong direction? Like, the entire thing is... Oh, I just thought of something. I'm so dumb, citizen. I didn't have to do any of that. I could have kept it exactly as it was and just came over to this and switched the rotation. Why didn't you remind me of that? Well, too late now. We pretty much have gone through and fixed everything. But yeah, we just put that gearbox in right here, so that should have reversed everything, which means we can do this now, and it's going the proper direction. That is going into here, which... why... isn't this going forward though? Oh, it needs flint. I took the flint thing off because we were overloaded on it. And we still are. Why? Oh, is that? Yeah, that was clogging it up. Okay. So now is something else clogging it up? Is it you? Yeah. Oh, how did I do that? Polished andesite. What a mess, but I think we're getting there. This is working. That's going through. That's refilling with andesite. We are creating new andesite alloy over here. Don't want that gravel in there, I don't think. Either way, we are, yeah, refilling that. This is still going. Okay. I think it's all working. I think everything is operational again. And it's all running off of the power from the station, which is great. One other note, and we're going to leave this for now. I'm happy with this. Eventually we'll come back and fix this. I just don't feel like it right now. But that's mainly because I thought of something, and it was when I was setting these up and the clutch and things like that. It made me think of other create things we can get. And there's one I want to see if I can make that will be helpful. We don't need it. It's a curiosity that I'd like to have. What doesn't help is I don't know what it's called, so I'm gonna have to look through all of these. Maybe I'm thinking of these. Speedometer, stressometer. I want to be able to get more information from the power station, and I think it's a stressometer. I think that's what I'm looking for. How do I make one? Oh. Yeah, speedometer first. Andesite casing and compass. Easy. I think the plebs sell compasses. Oh, plebs. Am I remembering correctly that one of you sells compasses? Aha, I am. I'll take a couple. Thank you, my friend. I know, that's how good a mood I'm in from finishing that, and it's working. I called them friend. Oh, wait a minute. I need more carrots when I'm here. I am almost out. Yeah, you guys. I will take a bunch. Thank you very much. Okay. So we can turn that into 2 speedometers. That way I can take one of them and turn it into a stressometer. Now we just need to figure out how to use it. And my hope is that this is straightforward and I could just come in here and maybe right here. Can I just put it like that? Ooh, stress for nerds. This is great. Network stress, so low. Very good. We're using 15% of what this is producing, which is, it looks like about 21,000 SU, and we have 131,000 total. So that means we have 110,000 SU left over, and these aren't even, that's not even their final form. I'm pretty sure we could put 5 more of these engines on each one of the boilers and create that much more energy. And there's space for so many more of these. We're not even like touching this lava, and it's infinite anyway. Imagine if we line all of this, and even a little bit of space right here with full engines like this. I don't know what it would be, but it would be so much. And I don't think we're ever going to need more than just this space for a power station. You might be able to tell, but I'm a happy boy. I really love how this turned out, and I think it's just awesome. And it's infinite. We're never going to run out, citizen. Out of curiosity, though, what does this do? Rotational speed moderate. Okay, well that's because, yeah, the rotational speed controllers are elsewhere. But these are neat. These are pretty cool. I like them. We're going to leave them here for now just so we can come back and check how much we're using of the network power intermittently, but that is awesome. Also, this works so quickly. In that small amount of time I was away, it started overloading like crazy. And I had a decent amount that needed to fill up, but it's all 100% full now. It just completely refilled almost instantly. So something to bear in mind, this does not need to run long to refill everything on the andesite side. The iron takes a bit longer because that obviously requires the washing of all of this stuff, which is still moving pretty quickly, but lower chance to get the iron, which is fine. It just keeps on running, keeps chugging along. One thing I forgot is I don't think that the power we brought over to the house is affected at all by a rotational speed controller. So we might want to do that. I mean, this looks like it's going pretty quickly. In fact, we can check. We know how fast this was smooshing things before, so if we... that's about the same. I wonder if we could speed it up at all. We're running out of these precision mechanisms, but I think they were pretty easy to make. Or now they are anyway. There we go. There's a new one. I don't know where we could put it in, though. This is where the power is coming in. Maybe if we were to... That's not what I meant to do. Connect it up right here. Can I do that? Yeah. Let's see if we can get it full speed and bring it back down to that, which I think we can do by doing that. Hard to tell. There we go. And it works. It's going the right way. Of course it's not. It's never going the right way. There we go. Okay, so that is full speed now, and I don't know that it's been full speed since we set all of this up. So, out of curiosity... Also, I think this is the last of my copper. That's how much of it I used, but let's see. How fast is this going to go now? Not at all. That's how fast. Maybe it's too fast. Yeah, I just noticed some of this isn't running. I might have broken something. It's too fast. Well, shucks. Can never do anything fun. And by the way, that's just an assumption that it's too fast. I don't actually know that that's what's going on. But if we were to test that again, did I break everything? I think I broke everything. Uh-oh. Let's see. Anything falling apart back here? Looks like it's all connected. Yeah, I don't get it. Isn't that one right there? Isn't that the power to the smoosher? No, this is the smoosher right here, and it's not going. Why is that not going? None of it is. What a mess. I should clean this up too. I can't make heads or tails of what's going on back here. It's worth it. Yeah, give me a minute, citizen. I'm gonna clean this up. This is just, I can't even tell what's happening because there's so much madness going on back here. The good news is now that well, for one, I have more components available to me, and two, I know how to use them just a little bit better now. So now all those first ones here are powered with just this little bit, where before it was just a bunch of madness. It also helps that I don't need this pipe anymore. We have infinite lava, so I can actually go up and really quick just disconnect the lava farm that we have set up. This will just be our personal lava supply, you know, like walking around lava, but we've got the infinite stuff, so we don't need, where is it? Don't need to be pumping it down now, which I can't even... Oh, there we go. Oh man, that is so much cleaner now. Let's get rid of this. Something to remember though, because I didn't do it yet, but since we just disconnected that lava, we need to connect the infinite supply to this if we want to make more andesite. I'm not going to do that right now, but I think the infinite supply, it's like right here, so we should be able to tie it in pretty easily to this, which means we could take a few away from over here, and then yeah, we'll do that at some point. We could tie it back in. Anyway, distraction upon distraction, we still need to hook up the rest of this. Using more of this chain drive, and it's working. I'm just wondering, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of, it actually might not be bad. I was wondering about this, just the visual of it, but it's not a bad idea to just have power sticking out if I need it to just kind of quickly set something up. I don't know. In fact, I might just be tearing this whole thing down at some point anyway, because I might want to set up like an automatic system for smooshing in the mechanical press. Yes, I'm always going to call it smooshing, by the way. But you know, I like setting something up so I've got like a barrel and it can feed things into this, or funnels, I think. It might be brass funnels. So yeah, this might all be going away anyway. So bear that in mind. This is a temporary cleanup, perhaps. Okay, there we go. Everything's running. I'm going to leave it open. Like I said, we might even be doing a workshop version 3 eventually, but at least for now, if we need it, everything is up and running. And once again, everybody happy. Well, citizen, I just had a look at the edit, and as it turns out, we are way over for today's episode. So yeah, time got away from us a little bit there. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean it's time to wrap up. All in all, we got a ton done today. Obviously, we now have our infinite water source, lava source, which is coming in handy for the power station, but I'm sure we'll use it for other things down the road. There are other crafting things we can do with lava, I'm sure. So now we've got it. It's good here, and we'll be able to pump it along anywhere that we might need it in the future. We also were able to build a new structure. We've got this power station all set up, which looks very nice, though I say so myself. And of course, we've got this infinite lava container right in the center for anything we need, as well as 2 steam engines or boilers with steam engines attached. That is producing us about 131,000 SU, which can easily be expanded if we add additional steam engines, additional boilers, no problem. We can add more if we need. And of course, all of that is hooked up everywhere we need it, in the house for the workshop and in the factory for everything we currently have, which is the iron and the andesite farms, the components, things like that. I do think it's going to be time to start pushing this forward over here and finishing up the factory with a couple additional ones down at this end, particularly because we do have way more power than we need right now, so I think we can go kind of nuts and build whatever we want over here. So yeah, I'd say you could expect that coming up pretty quickly. We'll hopefully organize a little bit of this. We have to finish the back here, so lots to do still, but we'll definitely get there. Until then, I'll say thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one, citizen.